For those of you who don't know, Mr. Irrelevant is a player who was taken with the last pick in every NFL draft, dating back to 1936. So now, on to the video. Number 5, Jim Finn. I'm sure none of you expected a fullback on this list, but here we are. Jim Finn was born on December 9th, 1976. He ended up going to Bergen Catholic High School, arriving in 1988. There, he played football. He was an all-state pick, but he didn't just play football, he wrestled too, and he was pretty good at it. He went 33-2 in his senior year in wrestling. As for football, he was not considered good enough to play Division I, so he went to the University of Pennsylvania, where he rushed for 2,277 yards, which is 4th ranked in school history for rushing yards in a career. He even scored 180 points in his time there, which is 5th on the all-time list. In his senior season, he set school records for yards, rushing attempts, and rushing touchdowns. Early in his college career, he was experimented with on both defense and offense. He played safety, but was eventually converted to fullback. He was an All-Ivy League team member and was named Player of the Year. All this was only worth the 253rd overall pick of the 1999 NFL Draft. The Chicago Bears decided to pick him up at that point in the draft. He lasted just a few short months before being cut and landed on their practice squad for a short stint. The Colts picked him up in 2000. There, he would catch 10 passes and rush 6 times for 44 yards. He lasted 3 seasons before being cut because the Colts' offense specialized with 2 tight ends and no fullbacks. In the spring of 2003, the New York Giants took a chance and signed him. There, he would rush 3 times for 7 yards. He was much more productive in the receiving game, getting 42 catches for 325 yards, averaging 7.7 yards per catch. He played all 16 games in 2005 and helped block for Tiki Barber in his record-setting year, in which he broke the franchise record for rushing yards in a single season with 1,860. He even ran for 200-plus yards in 3 games. Jim Finn ended the season with 13 catches for 98 yards. He missed the entire 2007 season due to be put on IR. He and Brandon Stokely remained the only 2 players to have caught a pass from both Eli and Peyton Manning. Number 4, Jack McKinnon. This tight end came out of Colgate in 1960. No, not the toothpaste, the college. He was drafted in the 22nd round by the Eagles in the 1961 NFL Draft. Ironically, he only ever played in the NFL for 1 season. You know why? Because he played in the AFL for 9 seasons with the San Diego Chargers. He even won an NFL championship over the Boston Patriots in 1963. He was an AFL All-Star in 2 seasons, 1966 and 1968. In both of those seasons, he caught 6 touchdowns. In 1966, he had 26 catches for 477 yards. In 1968, he had 33 catches for 646 yards. Chargers head coach Sid Gilman employed McKinnon with Dave Kukarek in the first twin tight end formation in professional football. Over time, he got 112 passes for 2,109 yards and 20 touchdowns in his time in the AFL. In his only NFL season in 1970, he played 4 games but did not record any stats. His worst season was 1961, in which he had just 3 catches for 58 yards. He was put at running back for 3 of those seasons. His best season at that position was 1962. He rushed 59 times for 240 yards and no scores, averaging just 4 yards per carry. His career at running back never really took off, as he had 86 carries for 381 yards and 2 touchdowns over 3 seasons. He died in 1975 after he fell 30 feet at a construction site. Number 3, Michael Green. On April 16, 2000, Green was drafted 254th overall by the Chicago Bears after he came out of Northwestern State in 1999. He played 6 seasons with the Bears. In 2000, he recorded no stats. He would start to make a name for himself in 2002, as he recorded 129 tackles, forced 1 fumble, and recovered 2 fumbles. That season, he was described as a vital cog in the Bears' secondary. Another one of his good seasons came in 2004, where he recorded 106 tackles, forced 2 fumbles, and even recovered 4, along with 2 interceptions and 1.5 sacks. After an underwhelming 2005 season, the Bears traded him to the Seattle Seahawks in April of 2006. 2 weeks before the 2006 season, he suffered a Lisfranc fracture and was placed on the IR. He served as a backup safety and cornerback in 2007. He got cut on July 25, 2008 by the Seahawks after he posted a minuscule 17 tackles the year before. He signed with the Washington Redskins in mid-October of 2008. He only got the job because Reed Doty, the Redskins' strong safety at the time, suffered a season-ending back injury. In Washington, he played just 8 games and started only 2. He posted 20 tackles, just improving by 3 tackles from the previous year. His career ended when he was not re-signed by the Redskins after the 2008 season. Number 2, John Tuggle. He was picked 335th overall in 1983. He was a running back who specialized in kick returns. He would go on to be awarded New York Giants Special Teams Player of the Year that season. Tuggle played high school football for the Independence High School in San Jose, California. In his NFL career, Tuggle rushed 17 times for 49 yards, caught 3 passes for 50 yards. He returned 9 kicks and returned 1 for a touchdown. Tuggle unfortunately died from cancer on August 30th, 1986. Though they did not keep him on the team after the 1985 season, the Giants paid for Tuggle's health insurance for the remainder of his life and wore his number 38 on their helmets during the 1986 Super Bowl winning season. John's high school now plays an annual golf tournament in his honor.